China has just launched the Lijian 2Y1 carrier rocket, marking a major milestone in its next-generation space capabilities. But this mission goes far beyond a typical launch. It signals a shift toward building a flexible system for long-term operations in orbit. So why does this matter now? In this video, we break down what makes this rocket unique, what it carried, and how it reshapes the future of space activity. The breakthrough here is not just an upgrade to navigation, it's a complete shift in how positioning works. Instead of relying on radio waves like traditional systems, researchers at Tsinghua University developed a network of satellites that send coded light beams toward Earth. According to the original report, this system already includes around 11 satellites, each acting like a precise optical beacon in orbit. What makes this system powerful is how it calculates position. Ground receivers don't just receive a signal like GPS, they detect the direction of incoming light and combine that with known satellite positions to determine location. That might sound subtle, but it's actually a huge leap. Unlike radio signals that spread out and weaken over distance, light beams stay narrow and focused, which allows for much higher precision. This is where the lighthouses in space analogy comes in. Just like ancient sailors used fixed light sources along coastlines to navigate safely, this system places those reference points in orbit. But instead of guiding ships, these beacons can guide everything from autonomous cars to spacecraft. And because the signals are coded, they carry not just direction, but structured navigation data. Another key advancement is the miniaturization behind the technology. The research team reportedly reduced optical sensors from bulky kilogram-scale systems down to lightweight, gram-level components. That shift is critical because it allows the system to scale across multiple satellites instead of being limited to experimental setups. Combined with the transition from single satellite use to a multi-satellite network, this turns optical navigation from a niche tool into something much closer to a real-world infrastructure. But what makes this truly different is not just the hardware, it's the philosophy. Instead of improving radio navigation, this system bypasses it entirely. And that opens the door to solving a problem that radio-based systems have struggled with for decades. The real story behind this technology is not the satellites, it's the growing vulnerability of the systems we already depend on. Today, global navigation is dominated by networks like Global Positioning System and BeiDou Navigation Satellite System, both of which rely on radio signals transmitted from space. These systems are incredibly effective, but they share a fundamental weakness. Those signals are surprisingly easy to disrupt. Radio waves spread out as they travel, which makes them accessible but also fragile. That means they can be jammed, spoofed, or blocked entirely in certain environments. And this isn't just theoretical. The article you shared points out that optical navigation has already been used in real-world scenarios where traditional signals were unreliable, particularly for drones operating in signal-denied environments. But the issue goes beyond intentional interference. Even normal environments can degrade GPS performance. Dense urban areas, often called urban canyons, can reflect and distort signals between buildings. Underground locations like tunnels or parking structures can block signals completely. And as autonomous systems become more common, the tolerance for navigation errors drops dramatically. A few meters of inaccuracy might not matter for a phone, but for a self-driving car or precision drone, it can be critical. This is why alternative navigation methods are becoming a global priority. The goal is not to replace existing systems, but to build redundancy, multiple layers of positioning that can operate independently. Optical navigation fits perfectly into that strategy because it operates on a completely different physical principle. It doesn't compete with radio systems, it complements them. And that shift from relying on a single system to building a layered navigation ecosystem is where things start to get really interesting. Because once you're no longer limited to radio signals, the possibilities expand far beyond Earth. The most exciting implication of this system is not what it does on Earth, but what it enables beyond it. Traditional navigation systems simply don't work in deep space. GPS signals don't reach the moon, let alone Mars or beyond. That means spacecraft must rely on onboard sensors, ground-based tracking, or complex estimation techniques to determine their position. Optical navigation offers a new approach. The concept is surprisingly elegant. Instead of needing a full constellation of satellites, Even a single spacecraft equipped with a light beacon could serve as a navigation reference point. Other spacecraft or landers could use that signal to determine their position with far greater precision than current methods allow. This is particularly important for missions that require accurate landing or maneuvering in unknown environments. There's already precedent for this approach. China's Chang'e 3 used optical systems to identify surface features and guide its descent to the moon. What's changing now is the scale and capability. Instead of relying on passive imaging, this new system actively emits signals, turning navigation into a more controlled and predictable process. Back on Earth, the same principle could unlock navigation in places that were previously off limits. Imagine drones navigating seamlessly through tunnels, or autonomous vehicles maintaining precise positioning in underground networks. By combining optical signals with existing communication infrastructure, the system could create a hybrid navigation layer that works where others fail. Of course, this technology isn't without limitations. Light requires a clear line of sight, which means weather conditions or physical obstacles can interfere with performance. That's why researchers emphasize that this system is designed to complement, not replace, existing navigation networks. It's one piece of a much larger puzzle. And that's the key takeaway. The future of navigation isn't about one perfect system. It's about combining multiple technologies into something far more resilient. A system that doesn't break when one layer fails, but adapts, shifts, and keeps working. What China has built here isn't just a new technology, it's a new layer in how the world navigates. By turning satellites into lighthouses in space, this system tackles one of the biggest hidden risks in modern infrastructure: over-reliance on a single navigation method. As autonomous systems expand and space exploration moves further out, that redundancy becomes essential. The real shift isn't replacing GPS, it's building a future where navigation never depends on just one system. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.